What up? What up, Truth?
What's going on, Guru?
Oh man, another wonderful day in the world of fantasy football.
Yes, it is. Another reality. Let me
Yes, sir.
first say I'm on Avatar today. The home I'm broadcasting from, I'm in the middle of renovating, and I got a whole lot going on here. So,
Oh, you don't want us to see the hammers and nails and screws and drywall and everything else? When you say renovating, that mean you got holes in the wall? What you over there doing? You over there on your Bob the Builder status? What you got going on? Truth?
yes, sir. That's what I do. That's why when I come on, that's why I usually have my work clothes on when I'm here. But I
Yeah,
come here after work.
you just be trying to stunt in front. That's all.
I
Trying
gotta
to.
work on some. I gotta work on some stairs.
Oh, okay, for sure, for sure. That's what's up. Well, week 4 is almost in the books. How the treaty so far?
Ah. I'm looking too good. Real quick, Mojo, was that you?
Yes, sir. I'm in the house. I'm sorry. I'm driving, but I'm live. I'm live and in effect.
Yeah,
You know
we
what I'm
cannot
saying?
can't see you,
That's
Mojo.
all.
I'm here. Hey, well,
No,
let me
that's
Mojo.
all
see. Let me
right.
see.
That mean we got the
Yeah,
most
I'm right
handsome
here.
face shown anyway.
Oh, all right, there you go.
Oh no, I'm a pretty nigga too, nigga. What you mean?
Nah, you're not a pretty guy. Yeah.
Well, nah.
So
I'm just debonair, and I'm actually
that's
whooping some
that's
ass
fine.
this week.
That's
So,
fine.
hey,
That's fine. So that's fine. Well, you know what? I
hey,
know you
Maul,
excited. We
Maul,
live. We live and we
Maul.
going in
I
and
got a
we
call.
gonna go ahead and handle this. We live.
That's what we're gonna do. I got a call last night, Maul, from a certain person in our league, and they left me this nasty message about how ridiculously terrible my teams are. And they said I had no quarterback. They said I had no
Wow.
wide receivers. They said I had no
Wow.
running back. They said I was trash and I might as well throw it in. Now,
The
while I
utter
while I am getting
disrespect.
while I
The
am at currently getting trashed by my nephew in the Faces League, or no, in Beast. In Faces, I actually currently have the highest score of the year so far. So let's get down to business.
wow, that's disrespectful. I don't know why somebody would do that.
Yeah. He left a message. He said his name was Guru or something.
Oh no, that wouldn't be me. Yeah, if I did that, I would say this is anonymous.
Yeah, and actually the person did say it was anonymous. You're right. That's exactly what he said.
In about a quarter of a mile, right
Hey,
turn.
Uh,
hey, real quick, Mojo, can you see my avatar on the screen or no?
No, sir.
well, we already hit the
But
intro,
we can
Mo.
certainly hear you.
Right turn ahead.
Yeah, I saw the intro.
Okay,
Couple of
cool.
guys. So where we starting today? We starting with who? Let's start with who didn't
Recap
show up.
Thursday. Oh,
Oh,
okay. Ooh,
Thursday.
yeah.
Um, Shout out to Tua for being a warrior.
Oh, yeah. No doubt. No doubt.
I don't like what I saw. I didn't like
Man.
what I saw the previous week. That's none of my business. I'm not an NFL professional. I'm a fantasy football analyst. So shout out to Tua though, because wow.
No, definitely though, and that's I guess that's why the neurologist was relieved of their respective duties.
Yes, sir. And what I would like to say is that the offense looked great without him. Still look pretty good.
Teddy Two Gloves.
Yeah.
I thought Teddy Two Gloves
Bridgewater,
came in
Bridgewater,
doing nice.
I thought he did very well. And I think you can look forward to him playing well in that offense because, you build around any quarterback and they can be successful.
Which is crazy because I looked back at him and earlier in the year before the season really kicked off, I was thinking like, why is Teddy Bridgewater, comparatively speaking to some of the quarterbacks that are starting, but why does he not have a starting gig when I'm looking at some of these other guys? But hey, you never know.
Right.
Things happen for a reason, and now he's the guy. At least, well, he was the guy this past week.
Yeah.
Fantasy
And he
wise,
did
though.
I think fantasy wise, he might be somebody that we're looking to on the wire this week, because I really don't see them playing Tua again this year. I think it'd be too many
Really?
ramifications for the team and the organization. Yes, sir. I don't
So you
think
saying I
Tua
should drop
plays
him?
again this year.
You saying
No,
I
I'm
should
not
drop him?
saying who Tua. No, you
Yeah.
put Tua on IR
Yeah, if you have a
and
good
see
league
how
that
they
has an
play it out.
IR.
He's going to be out at least a few weeks. I promise you that.
Uh,
There's too much ramifications behind it. Too many ramifications behind
yeah.
playing him.
So what does that do? So Truth,
How does that
you got
affect a lot
Waddle,
of
right?
people's teams?
What'd you say?
You got Waddle?
Yes, I do.
So how does that affect Mr. Waddle in your decision making?
A lot, because Waddle did nothing Thursday.
Hmm.
But I mean, he was, I do chalk a little bit after the fact he was injured before the game. So, and also, of course, everything that happened. I'll say I'm still going. I can't leave Waddle on the bench unless he does this another week or two.
Right.
Yeah,
I think Bridgewater is definitely serviceable, man. Stop
Yeah.
playing. He's more than serviceable. I think he's capable of actually, performing at just as high a level as Tua, depending on the opponent, I guess you would say.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. We live. Green Bay just took it. They don't deserve to win that game
They don't.
against a third string quarterback. But anyway, we'll get to that. So what else you guys have for that Thursday night game? Cincinnati, you got Joe Burrow with Higgins looking like he is he's the WR1 and Chase is the WR1A, and then Joe Mixon, he gets a lot of attempts. Finally, he hit the end zone, and even
Yeah.
Mr. Hurst, the tight end from nowhere, was able
Yep.
to get into the party zone.
I
And
can't
that's huge.
stand tight ends, man. I mean, you never know who's going to
Because you ain't
pop
got
off
none.
at any time.
Oh, shots.
Shot.
That man said, because you don't have any, sir.
What? You think Pitts is not a tight end?
That's what that man said. What
Don't
did he do
know
today?
yet. Don't know yet. We'll see.
I mean, this is week 4. We should know
How
by
did
now.
he do when I played you last?
Ooh,
You know what? I don't
Ooh.
know, sir.
ooh.
No, but what I will say is like you just said, Guru, it's week 4 and I finally got it together. So I'm currently leading in 7 out of 8 leagues. The only one I'm
Wow.
losing in is to my nephew. And I mean, they're not even close. These games are blowouts. So
Yeah.
I had quite a few guys show up, like Nick Chubb, Miles Sanders. Showed up the biggest for me, Mr.
Jamal?
Man, no, in my damn flex. Trying
In
to
your
think what
flex.
league. I got to think of the league first.
Oh, that's all right.
Let's see in there.
It'll
Yeah,
come to you
we'll
later.
come back.
So
Yeah,
as
he
far as
probably
Thursday though, sticking with this game on the Miami side or on the Cincinnati side, outside of Waddle, did anybody impress you? Did anybody frustrate you? Did you walk away with some fantasy frustrations, or what happened with you on Thursday night? How was your Thursday night?
Talking to Mo or me?
Talking to all of us. I answer it myself in a minute.
Yeah, me too. You first, Maul.
Give me a heads up who you want to talk first.
Oh, whoever.
Like I said, Thursday, I was disappointed in Waddle. I did play Burrow. I really don't like playing people on Thursday, but certain people you have to. He had a decent game, nothing spectacular, but it was serviceable.
Okay.
I mean, T. Higgins did me dirty because I was playing people who had him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. He did.
I was gonna say, Dan, you greedy? What you want, man? What you want?
No, I was on the other side of that whole
In that case, my condolences.
But
What about
yeah.
you, Mojo?
I
Mo, how Thursday
I
treat
actually
you?
played somebody. I actually played somebody that had 3 players in that game, and uh T Higgins got me 61, and their 3 players got them 66. So my Thursday was amazing.
Oh, so you jumped
Yeah,
out
they had
ahead.
like easily early. It was a great start to the weekend.
Yeah, I had T. Higgins in the league, Joe Burrow in a couple leagues, Mixon in one of our leagues. So it was balanced. I walked away, happy. Like, all right, well, we can head forward. But I had two on my bench in about 4 leagues, and so I
Oh,
and
good job.
but 3 of them. Well, one of them don't have an IR spot. So Tua may have to go to waivers. Might need that room on the bench. We'll see what I need for next week. But yeah,
I
hearts go
would
out to
I
him.
would go ahead. I would go ahead and put Tua in your IR now. I really doubt he plays again this season. It's going to be too much of a headache for Miami and for the NFL. There's no expectation of him to play again this season. That
Well,
man is concussed. That man it may have brain damage at this point.
mm. well, fortunately, we have at least a couple of days before we have to make that critical decision, especially for those that are in the league that have Tua, but do not have an IR spot. Which you should never play in the league that doesn't have IR spot at this point. But hey,
Say it
it,
again,
it
my
does
nigga.
it does happen. It does happen.
Yeah.
So
Let's get to today,
Car-
man. Let's get to today.
Cardinals
Running
Pan-
backs.
All
Cardinals
right,
Panthers 26
Yeah,
16.
My Panthers took an
26-16.
ugly one. My Panthers took an ugly one. Yes, I am here in the Carolinas, and I rep them as my second team. But
Philly
Kyler Murray
Panthers.
went off for me. Kyler Murray did great for me in fantasy. He won me two weeks again.
Oh,
He does a lot.
and that's without D Hop.
He's not right, but he's not very efficient without D Hop. So it's a little troubling. Um, but it's not, because imagine what he could do if he added to what he does right now, a 60-yard touchdown reception every other game.
True.
Well, McCaffrey, he did his thing today.
Always.
McCaffrey did his thing today. Marquise Brown didn't look too bad today.
Can't
And
get
I
no
did,
tell you who
DJ Moore
didn't.
love. No DJ Moore love.
DJ Moore showed up. he
he said,
showed up.
"You will not call me DJ Less anymore."
There we go. Oh, boo. So let's talk about the elephant in the room. The game that Miles Sanders had. I thought,
I'll be right back.
Hey, first of all, yeah, you should be excited because you have him in a couple of leagues, I think, don't you?
Me?
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, I got him in 13 out of 13 leagues. Or not. Oh,
yeah, how many? How many?
A little bit less than 13.
Okay. Well, were you impressed with his showing today?
I was. We actually talked about that pre-show, and I'm gonna take credit. I'm gonna take credit for him and Montgomery from last time, and Mooney and all these guys I wrote off. Jacobs. I'm gonna take credit for all those guys. I lit the fire underneath their chair, and look at them now. So I'll be expecting a thank you card from the Philadelphia Eagle franchise.
Oh, and the person I wanted to thank, that I wanted to shout out, was Penny. Okay, Seattle, I see you. Let's go out and put up 50 and get the job done, and keep giving Penny the ball. He won me a couple of weeks.
So, but
Rashad
you bring up the Philly game though. Jalen Hurts kind of hurt me today. I needed a little bit more out of him. Like, call me greedy if you want to, but that my Philly cheese stack wasn't stackable enough today. And
I feel you on that. But while you're saying that, let me also shout out my Philadelphia Eagles because that's why I don't pick them in fantasy because I don't want to be upset. Yeah, they won the game handily, down 14 zip, and put up 29 unanswered points. Yeah, can we score in the second half? Yep. So, but yeah, we're talking about fantasy. You're right.
He was playing in the rain today, Guru. Playing in the rain.
yeah, I know, but it's Philly though. I'm expecting certain teams
Hey,
to be able to operate in the elements.
Guru, you know what hurricanes look like, and Ian was in Philly
Yes,
today,
sir.
and so that's what he had to deal with, like
Ian was in Philly
a
today.
tropical storm. Yeah, tropical storm Ian was in Philly
Is
today.
that what we saying? Hurricane Ian was in Philly.
No, tropical storm Ian, sir.
Uh,
Well,
Jalen as well.
one
AJ
So
thing.
what
Brown.
about that Detroit game? Are we not going to talk about that?
Well,
We haven't
first I
got there
want to talk about
yet.
Miles Sanders before we move on,
Right.
because I sat him in the league for Amari Cooper.
Ooh,
Cost me a game,
Mm.
but he put it down today. 134 yards,
two
touchdown,
touchdowns.
two
Two.
touchdowns.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That was nice. That was nice of him.
And we and while the Jaguars came in with the number one ranked run defense in the league, they left with a healthy 200 yards on their back.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. So Philly.
What about that early game? What did you think of the London game? What, New Orleans and Minnesota?
Man. Well, first
Yeah,
let me
Mitchell
say this.
Jefferson is back.
Let me say this though up front. I can't stand these London games because
Why are we
for the
playing in London? That bitch is dead.
for the life of me,
Wait.
for the life of me, I don't understand the timing of it. Now, when they have these games in London, and I think it's like 2:30 their time, which is what 9:30 y'all time, but it's 6:30 in LA. So we have to get up early, adjust lineups. Now, fortunately, I have Kamara in about three leagues, and I was able to get up, and I'll go
Oh
to that
boy.
in a minute. But there are some cats in some leagues that I'm in that they weren't able to do that, and I just don't understand. If it's a 2:30 game, I don't understand why they just don't play that game at 6 o'clock or at even 5 o'clock, because that 5 o'clock game would be what 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and then you know what? Yeah, it could even do that, and then it'd be 11 here, or even if they did it and it'd be 10 o'clock here, you would still have your 1 o'clock p.m. game out there, and it would still be at a reasonable time out there in London. But I don't know. It's just dumb. The timing of it is dumb. And what happened with me was with Kamara. I ain't gonna lie, I kind of panicked at the last second. I
Mhm.
was debating between I had Tony Pollard on the bench as well as Kareem Hunt, and I wasn't sure which one to go to. You got volume versus touchdown equity, and then I saw Mark Ingram sitting there on waivers, and I was like, oh, he'll have volume and touchdown equity. I just got to worry about Taysom Hill, and I put him in. But at first, I was mad for about 3 hours, but then I realized even if I had put Hunt or Pollard, I still wouldn't have got the W in that league, so it wouldn't have made a difference. But yeah, he got hurt. But yeah, so
Nah, my problem with the early game in London was that I had Kamara and I told myself last night I'm gonna take him out. I didn't know that he wasn't gonna run. It might have been the night before last. I might not have checked that lineup because that league I'm in first place. All everything is good, but
congrats.
I had him in, and I woke up maybe 30 minutes after the game started, and I was so upset but I'm still winning in that league. I'm gonna win in the week, but like if it was a different league, it would be a whole different thing. Like especially when they're not
Substitute.
telling you anything up until game time. That I don't like. Um, my nephew was in a position where he had the backup for McCaffrey today, and they wouldn't say anything at 1 o'clock. But if you have McCaffrey and the other back that you might put in for him plays at 1 o'clock, you're kind of forced to play that 1 o'clock back. You know, because
Yeah, well, I know,
time.
like in our league, what Truth did
So
was like,
it just
substitution
that
thing.
gets to be a little troubling. But all you
Well, while his audio is
what happened?
connecting, hey, Truth, you had that issue, right, Truth? With CMC,
Yes.
you did a substitution notification.
Yes, I did, and I should have just
Yes,
put
and that's allowed in
Sanders.
all
I
of our
should have
leagues, I
just
think.
put. I should have just put Sanders in, but I ended up leaving him out, which was a mistake. But I wasn't sure. I mean, I did. They have been so big on talking about keeping McCaffrey out. I wasn't completely sure what I was going to do. And truthfully, if it wasn't I put the substitution in. If it wasn't a question of him playing, I probably would have played Sanders.
Sanders, yeah. No, I feel you. Hey, well, no matter, even though we all have chips, rings, belts, and trophies and championships, this is the reality of fantasy that no matter, sometimes you can put it up, you can set it up the way it's supposed to be. And unfortunately, just unlike a baseball, a volleyball, unlike a basketball, the football bounces in weird ways. And sometimes that's exactly what happens on the reality of
It
fantasy.
bounced my way this week. So the leagues that I was 0-3 in, I now have a W, or I'm gonna have a W tomorrow. And I got it right this week. 7 out of 8 is the way it's looking right now, and it's yeah.
Congratulations.
This was my bounce back week, and week 4 is about when it's supposed to happen. Like, because I don't go by these optimize the lineup. I want to set my lineup. I feel like I'm a real coach and shit. You know what I'm saying?
If I may be a corny a little bit, would you say you got your mojo back?
I got my mojo back, baby. Yeah, baby. Although my nephew was whipping my ass
that's good. That's good. That's
he's
good.
putting up more points than he'll put up the rest of the year. That's fine. Go ahead, get that off. Get that off, and then I'll see you in the playoffs, sir.
That's good. That's good. So what else? So you talked about Jefferson. He showed up and showed out. Cook.
Wait a minute.
Oh.
Dandelions, and where is Junksville? But anyway, never mind.
I was waiting for Dandelions.
I'm just gonna shout them out real quick. I want to shout them
Dandy
out.
Cubs.
Dandelions is getting his ass kicked in.
No.
Another league.
I'm gonna have to call him Dandy Cubs because a lion is something.
You're lucky
fierce.
I'm not on the computer. Right. You're lucky I'm not on the computer, because I would show your game against him and my game against him, and he's getting trashed in both of them. Dandelions, just a shout out to you, brother.
Dandy Cubs, good job. Sorta, kinda, maybe. I don't know. But in this same game, how'd you fare out on the Minnesota side? Truth.
You said the Minnesota side. I didn't have anybody.
Nobody?
No, I don't have any. I don't have anybody on Minnesota.
Okay. Yeah, I have Cook. I have Cook. It was just so. Jefferson, I played against him, so that was not exciting. But on the New Orleans side, Chris O didn't give me as much as last week, but still got me in the pay dirt.
Well, just so you know, on the New Orleans side, I had Jameis Winston, Michael Thomas, and Alvin Kamara on the same team. Left Kamara in, took Winston and Thomas out, and I'm still winning, even though Kamara got me 0.
Well, I will say, I know. Truth earlier showed how much he loves tight ends, and in this particular league, matter of fact, I believe it's our faces, or it might be the Beastie, but I didn't go tight end at all during the draft, and I actually picked up Taysom Hill, and I used that cheat code in the tight end spot. So you're looking out, T Hill.
Yeah, he did nothing.
Yeah, he got me a touchdown.
That's it.
So out of a tight end, that's all I needed.
True story.
We're not
True.
talking about
I
Mark
dig it.
Andrews. We're not talking about Zeus Kelsey.
Yeah.
We're talking about
But that touchdown. Cause wait, I started Njoku over Ertz, who had like 40 more yards than Ertz, but Ertz had the touchdown,
got in
so
the end
Ertz
zone. Yeah.
got more points.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all it is. And truth be told, I figured
Touchdown,
Winston is not
baby.
playing. I figured Winston's not playing. I figured Kamara was not playing, so therefore Taysom was going to be doing second reps, and I knew he was going to, take some goal line action, and so I figured, why not? Why not? If the platform allows it, why not? So, all right. So there's
Did
New
anybody
Orleans
watch the
and
Dallas game?
Dallas.
I watched it on Red Zone.
Exactly. I'm not watching Dallas games.
Was it Dallas and
Wash bucket.
Washington? Was it?
Yeah, the Manders.
Man, I really expected Carson Wentz to try to bounce back. I think Washington is going to
against that Dallas D.
They're going to watch.
Against,
they're going to do the same thing. They're going to do the same thing that that Carolina did. They're going to get rid of Juan Rivera and Carson Wentz next year. Watch. Mark it on your calendar. I said it.
You thought they was going to show up against that Dallas defense? Nah.
Yeah, Dallas
defense is top 5. They're nice. Quietly, they're nice.
But Philly is number
Mike
one,
and
it's the same division. I just wanted to say that. We had 5 turnovers
thank you
today.
Thank you for highlighting that.
5 turnovers for the Philly defense. Shout out for the Philly
defense. Thank you for highlighting that. We're done with the Philly game. So back to what you said, Dallas and Washington. Nobody from Washington did absolutely anything today.
No, they didn't.
Nothing.
But the young gun got hurt though. The rookie wideout D Dodds, he got hurt. Tony Pollard did nothing. I'm glad I didn't sub him in like I was tempted to. And Elliott though, he found the end zone.
Who did you start? Who did you start instead of
Pollard?
The running back. Yeah, instead of Pollard.
Oh, that's the one I talked about earlier when I said that Alvin Kamara wasn't playing, so I had this pivot between him or Kareem Hunt, and so yeah.
Okay.
But with this game, let's see what else we had going on.
Speaking of Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb actually showed up again.
I guess
he shows up every week. Fantasy purposes, he's highly underrated.
Yeah.
Probably got you close to 50 again.
So that's Cleveland. Huh?
CeeDee Lamb gets 97 yards and a touchdown.
I had him in one league only. I will say I did pull the trigger. I did pull the trigger and I rolled the dice on Michael Gallup. I figured he almost played last week. So he got in this week. So I went in and threw him in a desperation spot. And that worked out quite lovely. Thank you, Gallup. I know you're watching. So thanks.
Yes, he did steal a touchdown today.
Yep.
What you think about the Seahawks Lions game? Are they for real?
God.
Right?
Man. Trash versus trash equals fantasy treasure. That's my new equation. I mean, on the Detroit side, no ASB, no Swift. I mean, it was bad when we worried about no DJ Chark. That's when you know you really digging deep. So you would think, okay, Seattle defense, right? Well, somebody forgot to tell Jay Willie that they weren't supposed to do anything because he went bonanza as we knew he would. That's why he was a hot waiver pickup. But on the Seattle side, again, prayers go out to DK Metcalf. Hopefully he's going to be all right, and hopefully he's okay. But he had
What
a monstrous
happened?
day.
Whoa.
He went out on a stretcher, didn't he?
Yeah.
Did he go on a stretcher? Didn't he lead the game? Hurt?
Yeah.
DK
True,
Metcalf?
Yeah. I know
Oh,
you
no,
got
I
him on your
missed
squad.
that. I've been busy. Yeah, I sure do.
Yeah, because I was gonna send you a trade because you don't want to keep playing DK Metcalf. But I'll talk to you about that offline.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing Josh Jacobs here. What happened?
Yes.
Wow.
Well,
I'm late, guys.
yeah.
I've been
I
a little
know.
busy.
I know. But when we get to that, you can go ahead and enlighten us.
Woo!
When we get to that game, enlighten us. So, but with this one, this game was what they call a good old fashioned barn burner. Geno Smith is looking. I mean, I know the competition he's had, but he's looking a lot better than some of these other quarterbacks we have. And on the week, he and Goff were the number one quarterback so far, number one, number two quarterbacks.
Yes, yes, sir.
So while everybody's cracking them Geno jokes and them Goff jokes, they're number 1 and 2 quarterback fantasy wise. That's the reality.
I hate to see the numbers on my bench.
Man, don't even look, bro. Don't look.
I did pick up Geno this morning, but
yeah, you did. Wait,
I picked him up in one of those leagues.
Yeah, I thought you was gonna put him in.
No, actually, I got.
You had Hurts.
Yeah, I had Hurts in there. I couldn't do that. I couldn't, not with a good conscience. I couldn't do it.
Right.
But hopefully, I mean, he's been pretty consistent past few weeks, so hopefully he keeps it up.
Well, in one of my free leagues, I did pick up Seattle's defense just for the heck of it, and I figured Detroit didn't have anything. So, but no, I haven't checked to see exactly. Was it -10 or -15 that I got with that particular pickup? But hey, Seattle is depending on the health of DK Metcalf. We'll have to see who does Seattle have up next. I didn't look up the schedule, but they definitely, they're making a little bit of noise. They're making a little bit of noise, and it started with that Denver game. And in Detroit, we have to wait and see if ASB is back, if DJ Chark is back. I mean, even Reynolds got in the end zone off of an end around. So,
and Jamal Williams,
man, monster.
Yeah.
Monster. Everybody was wondering, do we pick up Jay Willie? Do we go and get Herbert from Chicago? Which one is the number one fantasy attention grabber? Well, I guess he put the stamp on that today. Because one of the concerns with him was like, well, is he a 3-down back, really? Or is he just a goal line thief? But, hey, I guess he answered those questions today.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he's going in my starting lineup.
Wait, you didn't have him yet?
No.
I can't with you.
Wait, who?
Wait, are you paying attention to Jamal Williams?
About J.K. Dobbins, but I'm gonna throw him in my starting lineup in my flex. I'm all over the place right now. Yeah,
apparently. What you got next, Truth? What's the next score?
Let's look at. Well, we already talked about the Cowboys. Bears Giants was a defensive game. Besides Barkley.
Saquon had a great game. Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, Saquon had a good game. But it wasn't much more to talk about other than that. Well, you guys started talking about Jacobs, so how about the Broncos-Raiders game?
Go ahead, Mojo.
Who showed up? Who did?
This is your Josh Jacobs time.
Well, Jacobs basically was the offense. for the Raiders, and if they can continue to do that, I'd love it. He had like 175 yards, 2 touchdowns. I'll take that, out of my running back every week. So maybe they should look at the formula and stick to that. Outside of that, I mean, Russell Wilson was a letdown again. If you still have him on your team, now's the time to dump him. Because I'm kind of done with him.
Wait, Truth. What kind of numbers did Wilson have? You have those, Truth? Because I know he at least he had a touchdown. He had 2 tubs at the bare minimum. 1 to Sutton. I don't know why he didn't keep going to him, but then he had a nice long stroke over to Jerry Jeudy.
He had 53. He had a good game, but I don't trust him. It was one game, and it was against
he
the
definitely.
Raiders.
Wow, that's disrespectful.
The Raiders were winless coming in, so you better do something. That little 50 that he got me is not enough. I'm still losing. Thanks, buddy.
I mean, 237, 2 passing touchdowns, 29 run yards, and 1 rushing touchdown. That's not a bad.
Sounds more like that sounds more like the Russell from Seattle. But bruh, this is the first. Well, no, he was good in week 1. He had them 2 weeks really messed with me. I want him on my bench. I had to start him this week because my backup quarterback is Jameis Winston, or my starting quarterback is Jameis Winston. But so I had to start him. He didn't do bad, but that's the one league that I'm actually getting trashed in anyway, so it doesn't matter. Thanks for your 53 points, Russell. Have a nice day.
Devontae Adams had 101 yards, and I think Jacobs had 144 yards. So just with them alone, that's
144 rushing, 31 receiving, so like 175 yards
so
from scrimmage. So that's great.
Just with those 2 alone for the offense, and it was more of a balanced approach. I know there was some shots for Matt Collins as well, but. Derek. So with that being said, what are your feelings on
what does that do?
QB, Mr. Carr?
So for Mr. Carr, I think if as a fantasy owner, if I had Carr, it might raise a little bit of level of concern because if they figure out that their running game is better than their passing game, or that if they can find that balance, it would probably affect his numbers. Because if they get the running game going, they have enough weapons that Derek Carr doesn't have to be part of the running game.
Well, yeah, that's one of the reasons actually why I drafted Carr on, to be a backup quarterback in one of our leagues together. Was because I didn't have the confidence in Josh Jacobs, because I knew if I didn't have confidence in him, they probably don't have confidence in him, and it was warranted. But now that he's out here throwing up 150 plus, it might, they might take the ball out of Carr's hand a little bit more. Did you have anybody in this game, True?
Right.
No. Does he keep it up though? That's the thing.
Right.
No, I don't have any Raiders.
You have Sutton though. Right.
Yeah, I did have Sutton.
Yeah,
I do have Sutton. But I don't know. I try to stay away from the Raiders.
Understandably, I only got excited with the Devontae Adams signing, but on the Denver side of the ball, Jay Willie, the other Jay Willie, his injury was very hurtful. Yeah, his injury was very hurtful. I needed just about 20 more yards out of him. That's all I needed. And unfortunately, didn't even happen, especially with Melvin Gordon fumbling the ball. Did you see the play where he fumbled the ball?
Oh, my God.
And they ran it back for like forever.
I wanted to drop this dude right then.
In the middle of the game.
I wanted to drop him from my team in the middle of the game, bro.
Well, he also dropped a pass from Russell Wilson that would have helped secure it later in the game.
What you guys think about the Jets? Jets Steelers. Are the Jets for real?
Hey man, I picked up Zach Wilson. I picked up Zach Wilson in 2 leagues. I played him today in 1 league. I'm winning. I'll take it and I'll see what they do. But it does affect the receivers he has. It's not he has a different rhythm with his game. So we'll see how it pans out. But yeah, I'm rolling with Zach Wilson, bro. In the leagues where I really need a quarterback, which is probably half of the leagues I'm in. I'm picking up Zach Wilson off the wire. Why not?
You are utterly
Give him a shot.
insane. You are utterly insane. If you think Zach Wilson is going to be your shining knight in black armor, I'm gonna use black armor on that.
Oh no, that's
But
not what I
if you
need.
think-
All I need 250 yards and a couple of touchdowns every week.
Bro,
and I think he's
today
capable
was
of
an
that. I think he's
anomaly.
capable
An
of that.
anomaly. No,
No, I don't
Did
think
you-
so. I don't think
Bro,
so. I don't
listen-
agree. The Jets
Look at the way the game went.
team.
Look at the way the game went. When Mitch got hurt, the game changed a little bit. Even Nigel, the whole dynamics of the game changed, and it became a more competitive game. Not to mention, Pittsburgh is not the Pittsburgh that we grew up with. This new Pittsburgh team, they're not
They
not
suck.
competitive. Well, I was trying to.
Right.
I'm trying
They
to
actually
use, I'm trying to use kinder,
Yeah, well,
gentle
listen.
words on this Sunday.
Hey,
but
that's
yeah.
level 1, man. That's level
Right.
1. I know I used the level
Right.
2 earlier, but that's level 1. They suck.
F3,
Um,
F4.
but yeah, I believe in Zach Wilson. I believe in Zach
No,
Wilson, man.
no,
I believe.
Bro, Jack Wilson, when you got Trevor Lawrence out there, and when you got
Yeah.
Anyway, but you go ahead with your Zach Wilson. Matter of fact, I want you to play Zach Wilson when I play you again.
Grab him off the wire, y'all.
Oh,
grab him off the
I'll
wire,
grab him
y'all.
and then I'll trade him
He's
to
on the
you for
wire.
a kicker.
Zach Wilson is
If-
on the wire.
If I'm lower, if I'm higher on the waiver order, I'll pick him up and
For-
trade him to you for a kicker.
First
If
you
I
gotta
beat you in
get
the championship, if I beat you in the championship with Zach Wilson, then you're gonna have to wear a Eagle jersey, no, a Jets
That's-
jersey
That's
every
fine.
show next year, nigga.
Every show next year, I'm not gonna watch it.
Yes, sir.
No.
I'm gonna look
You
just
gonna
as
be
dirty
on
as
it.
they are. What you
you
saying,
know
True?
what? You know what, Mojo? First, you got to give your record in the leagues that you picking Zach Wilson up in.
Oh yeah.
give
let me see,
give
let me
us
see.
give
Hold
us
up,
your
hold
record.
up.
What's your record?
All right, let's see.
Donut.
Wait,
May I have a glazed
Zach
donut,
Wilson.
please?
No, I didn't pick him there. Nope, not there. Let me see. Where I'm looking through him right now, bro. So wait, Zach. Good old Zach, boy. I believe in you. Wait, I played him against Do Dirty. And he got me 40 points.
Yeah.
And my
That's
record
not-
is now is about to be 2-2. It's 349 to 112. I put up the most points of the year. So I'm in the league. So yeah, I'm rolling with Zach Wilson. He put on for that. So yeah, I'm 2-2. Where else did I pick him up? I picked him up somewhere else.
Dolphins, Packers, Broncos, Bills. That's who you got next coming up.
Mm.
Well, I'm not playing him. I just picked him up.
Oh! You just like the ornament on your back, bro. This is a fantasy reality show. This is not a.
And I also
He looks cute on the bench show.
The other league I picked him up in is the one where I can play 2 quarterbacks, and I have Lamar Jackson and Kyler Murray. He's just a bye week filler for me.
Let's see. Lamar Jackson bye is week.
Lamar Jackson did not have a spectacular game today. I called it. I called Buffalo beating them because they're, I'm glad that Dobbins got out there and did his thing, and I'm going to throw him in my starting lineup. But Lamar didn't have a great fantasy day.
So let me ask you this.
Dobbins, no, I didn't.
From coast to coast, if you knew Lamar wasn't going to have a great fantasy day, why didn't you play JK?
Because Buffalo's defense is for real. I was betting on their defense in the league. Yeah, they haven't got me less than 38. Today was the lowest points they got me. I
Oh,
think was
you know
38.
what? My bad. I forgot. We're not bringing up Buffalo's defense again on the show. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to put you. I didn't mean to go in that dark place.
Oh yeah,
Sorry.
they was in the lineup and I'm winning.
Right.
Shout out to Fleetwood Black.
So,
You know what
all
I'm
right. So, in that same game with the Jets, we have. What about Garrett Wilson? You know, there's a lot of talk about when Garrett Wilson was catching balls from Flacco. He said Flacco can throw a catchable ball.
Fellas, I
There
gotta
was a
go.
little riff back and forth. So, what do you think about that
I gotta
as far
go.
as Garrett Wilson?
I'm gonna check in on y'all. We're gonna do this on Tuesday. I gotta go. My bad, but yeah, the game has begun, and here we go, brothers. Love you. Think you're great. See you next show.
So,
All
what do you
right,
think
Mark.
about it? What do you think about Garrett Wilson?
Well,
You think it's sustainable? He can keep it up, or what?
my issue is I wanted to see what Zach Wilson would look like. You know, with different quarterbacks, it's different. They tend to lean towards different receivers. So it didn't look bad with Zach Wilson. I mean, he played well, but I wanted, you want to see what it actually is going to look like once he actually gets in the game. So I think they look all right. The Jets look good. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I don't usually deal with it. I do have Tyler Conklin. I have Conklin on one team, but that's pretty much the only Jet I have throughout my leagues. But they did not look bad today. They won again. I mean, even though the Steelers are not the Steelers from a few years ago, but this is what they're 2-2 at this point. So
Yeah, true. Well, yeah, you're right. You're right. Everything you said, I have to agree with. I was just worried about whether or not Garrett Wilson was going to be able to keep up his productivity with Zach Wilson throwing the ball, and it was a transition. The backs looked good as well. So, what you got next?
But I didn't get a chance to say anything. You guys were talking about the Bills Ravens game.
Oh yeah,
It was good to see J.K. Dobbins get out there and actually really play.
man.
So I will be throwing him in the lineups going forward.
Yeah.
I did not play him today.
Wow.
But the good thing is, when I was picking him up, I have him in most of my leagues because I was able to pick him up so late. So
I know.
he's really a flex.
I remember in one of our leagues, I had him in my queue, and you snatched him right before me because he lasted late.
Yeah, I mean that's a number, a number one back in your flex.
Yeah.
If he didn't work out, then so be it. I already had my running backs. So
True that. True. But yeah, that Bills.
as we go forward, what do you think about tonight?
Oh, Bucks and Chiefs.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Fournette just ran 24-yard scamper, so we already looking good. As your resident Tampa Bay representative, we looking good. Brady got his weapons back, got all the toys back. So everybody that was talking all that mess, you got Godwin back, got Evans back. Evans not gonna sock anybody again, at least until we play the Saints again. And then you got Julio back. So all three are on the field. Not to mention you still got Gage in the background. You got Cole Beasley in the background. Oh my God, man, sky's the limit. Wheels up. Let's go.
It should be a good game.
Yeah, I mean, I know our O-line's still a little beat up. However, when you have those weapons, it doesn't really, or I'm gonna say it doesn't matter, but you can overcome it a little bit. Brady's probably going to get on the ground at least 2 or 3 times tonight. It probably will happen, but at the same time, you have Fournette back there, he can chip it off. You got the young Will back there, he can chip it off. and then Brady's still there. So as long as he get the release out, and you know Brady's not one to hold the ball forever anyway. So when you got speedsters like Mike Evans who can go up and just monster somebody get the ball, you got a guy when you can hit him across the stand, Julio on the edge, it'll be good. I think we're gonna be doing good.
God was already starting up.
Oh yeah. I played him and won. I gambled with him and Gallup today and won. And then just to top it off, the last time we were on national TV with these little Chiefs, I believe it was Super Bowl a couple years ago, and the outcome was very nice, especially with contributions from our Tampa defense. So I'm anticipating some more of that today.
Well, they're on the field, Guru.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and let everybody go. We can watch the game.
For sure. And then we'll catch up on Tuesday. Same time, same channel.
Same channel. Three Faces of Fantasy. We'll see you all Tuesday.
For sure.